What's up, guys? Welcome back to another one. I thought I would take this opportunity and just show you guys some of the baits and some of the lures that I'm going to be using this year. I've got a little stockpile here that I'm going to be going through individually, and I'm going to show you some lures that I use. I'm going to show you some that I'm going to be trying for the very first time, like the chatterbait. I've never thrown chatterbaits. We're going to try to do some of that this year. Thrown a lot of Nico products, but have never thrown the Nico crawl. We're going to throw the Nico crawl this year. There's some other spinner baits that I want to use, even some top waters and some other swim baits. Just going to try to branch out and throw a variety of lures and just target these smallmouth, you know, with different presentations. Spinner bait is another thing that I haven't done a whole lot of. I've done some inline spinner like the Joe's flies and the rooster tails, which is good for trout. They are good for bass. I'll tell you what, those Joe's flies are excellent for these smallmouth. So I'm going to use that and even try some of the bigger spinner baits as well. I'd like to start off with showing you some of the lures that work for me here in West Virginia. I'm in the southwestern portion of the state. There are some really good smallmouth waters here around where I live, so I do my best to fish as much as I can here and target the smallmouth, which primarily when I go out wade fishing, that's what I do. One lure you should have in your tackle box. This is a 3-inch Nico helgramite. This is the natural color. Hope you guys can see that right there. This is what I have been fishing with. Just started fishing with it last year, but this is the natural color 3-inch Nico helgramite. And basically just Ned rig it, or you can Texas rig it, weedless, however you would like. This is an incredible lure for smallmouth. And recently Nico has come out with another product, which is the same product but just a larger version, which is the 4 1/4 inch Nico helgramite. And this is the black obsidian color. Can you see the size difference right here? Hope you guys can see that. This is much larger profile, so maybe target some of your bigger fish, but nonetheless these Nico helgramites are a smallmouth favorite. I'm just curious to see what these 4 1/4s can do. I mean, just look at the size difference. But anyway, probably be a better meal for some of those bigger fish, so hopefully it'll bring them out. But we're going to try that as well. Both, this is the natural color 3-inch and the 4 1/4 Nico helgramite. The Vampire F9 Rapala, guys. Take a look at this lure. It's a F9 original floating Rapala lure, Rapala, however you want to pronounce it. This is a lure that's done incredibly well for me. It landed my PB last year, 5-pound 1 ounce 20-inch smallmouth here in the Guyandot River area of southern West Virginia. But again, basically work this like a crankbait. Can't say enough about this. This is one of my favorite lures. Here is another one, a CD7 Rapala. This one here goes a little deeper. This will run about 5 to 8 feet. Caught some bass back in February on this, but it's the silver CD7, as you can see right here. Man, I'm telling you what, I've caught some fish on it. The ones I've caught recently have been on this lure right here. So it's another one I've been throwing in some deeper water, getting down where some of the smallmouth may be this time of year, and have ended up hooking some good ones. Caught actually 2 15-inch smallmouth, as you can see right here. That one was back in February. I caught on this very lure. And this one you can see right here was just recently. It was also 15 inches, but another good smallmouth on the CD7 Countdown Rapala. This is one you definitely want to have in your tackle box. Right here is another one. This is the Ditch Brown Rebel Crawfish. This is not the small, this is the medium size. It might be, I'm not sure exactly which one they call this, but it's not the biggest. I don't think it's the smallest, but it is the Ditch Brown Rebel Crawfish. And man, I'm telling you right now, this is probably one of the top 3 lures that if I had to say was one of the best for smallmouth, it has to be in the top 3, the Rebel Crawfish. But I'm still playing around with the colors. This is the Ditch Brown. I'm going to try the red I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it's about this size. I'm not sure how long this is, but it is the Rebel crawfish, and it's another one you want to have in your tackle box. Right here is the Z-Man craw. If you guys watched any of my videos last year, you'll see that I tore them up on this Z-Man craw. Now this right here is the hot craws color. I'm going to take one of these out and show you guys. This is the 2.5 inch Z-Man craw right here. This is the hot craws color. You can see it's kind of a dark red color here, but it's 2.5 inches. This is kind of a small profile here, but you will catch some big fish on this, but you'll catch a lot of little ones on it as well. But again, I caught a ton of smallmouth this past year on the Z-Man craw, not only on this color, but on the green pumpkin orange, and just absolutely wore them out one day on the green pumpkin orange. So kind of played around with the colors, even caught them on the green pumpkin color. So Z-Man craw, it's something you'll definitely want to pick up, and I will be willing to bet you'll catch more smallmouth if you just try this one lure right here. Basically what I do is just Ned rig this on a 1/16 ounce Ned rig jig head. In the waters that I fish, maybe in the deeper waters, I would maybe go up to 1/10 ounce or maybe even a 1/8 ounce and fish this just basically with a Ned rig in your deep water, in your more shallow water, or you can even use this weedless as well if you want to Texas rig it. But anyway, Z-Man craw will catch some smallmouth. Right here is another F9 Rapala. This is the original floating Rapala. This is the silver. It's not the vampire. This is just the silver. It's got the black top, but here's another one will catch some smallmouth. And this runs about 3 to 5 foot deep. This is a 3.5 inch minnow. That's a perfect size for these waters. Right here is another original F9 that I picked up that I haven't used in a while, but haven't caught fish on it before. But this is the live smelt color F9 Rapala. We'll try it this year. Again, this runs about 3 to 5 feet deep. Basically use this as a crankbait, and you can use it as a topwater jerk bait. That's one of the great things I like about this lure. You can fish it many different ways. And one lure that I haven't tried here, the Countdown 7, the CD7 Rapala, runs about 5 to 8 feet deep. This Shad Rap, the SR7, actually goes up to 11 feet deep. This right here does. Never tried it, but I'll have to be in some deep water to really use this effectively. Again, it's the Shad Rap SR7 by Rapala, and I can't wait to try this maybe in some lakes or some deep water. I'll get to use this, but I guarantee you we can catch some fish on this. This is the deep runner, and it is the silver color as well. Had a lot of luck on these. That's one of my favorite colors, and it's something we're going to throw this spring and this summer. Another soft plastic here that if you guys watch my videos will know it I throw, and I wished I throwed it more often here, but a lot of times it's a hard time just trying to find these things in stock unless you order them. But it is the bubblegum yellow swirl 4-inch yum dinger right here. I went through about a pack of these one time in the Guyandotte last year. Fished with them a few times. What time I did spend just Texas rigging these with like a 1/16 ounce worm weight was just amazing. I know that's a crazy looking color, but I'm telling you what, you can catch some smallmouth. Watch some of my videos and you'll see. Caught a 2-pounder. Check that fish out right here. That fish right there I think was 16 inches, weighed out 2 pounds, and it was caught on this bubblegum yellow swirl yum dinger on the Guyandotte River. But again, was over at Cabela's the other day and seen 2 left on the shelf. A lot of times you don't see them unless you guys order them. You can probably get them a little bit easier, but I seen 2 and I picked the last 2 up off the shelf, and I'm going to use them come this spring and summer. But right again, here it is, the bubblegum yellow swirl yum dinger, another excellent soft plastic that you need to have in your tackle box. Whether you're bass fishing, I'm sure this works well for largemouth, but I can tell you it works for smallmouth. I'm going to also be testing out a new bait casting reel here a friend of mine gave me. It's a Lew's bait casting reel, Laser Pro, Lew's speed spool. I've got some 12-pound mono on it. I'm going to try out. I'm going to be throwing some heavier baits on it, some topwater, spinner baits, some chatterbaits, something I haven't done before. but didn't have a rod for it, so I went out and got a rod for it and found this Abu Garcia Vengeance medium heavy 6'9" bait casting rod, and thought it would make the perfect combination here. I like the black and the silver and some of the chrome, kind of really goes good together. So I'm gonna try this out here soon, and again throw some of my heavier baits, some spinner baits, something I haven't done before, and try to do some more topwater fishing. But right here, can't wait to try this new reel, this new rod out. But I want to thank Dale for the bait caster, man. Can't wait to try it out. Some of the baits I haven't thrown are like these chatterbaits. It's something that I just haven't thrown, but I'm gonna try to do some more of it. I've got some 3/8 ounce here chatterbaits. Here is a white Z-Man chatterbait that I'm gonna throw. You guys help me out here. I know a lot of guys put trailers on these. What would work good with these? It's not that big, it's 3/8 ounce, but this is a white chatterbait I plan on using. Right here is a blue and black, the same 3/8 ounce, but again, might work in different water conditions, but it is a blue and black 3/8 ounce chatterbait. You might be able to even put these new Kitech. This is a 3.3 swim bait here with a rainbow shad color. You could maybe run a trailer with this. I don't know the exact length or what would work best, but these are a 3.3 inch rainbow shad Kitech swim bait. And something I'm going to be trying for the first time are these Z-Man Diesel Minnow Z pearl color, and these are actually 4-inch swim baits, so you might be able to use something like that. Otherwise, you might be able to use these in a different way. If you guys know or could help me there on what size or proper swim bait jig head to use with this, I would appreciate it. Again, I'm learning about a lot of this stuff, but I know a lot of Z-Man products are excellent products, and thought I'd just try these Diesel Minnow Z swim baits out. I want to do more swim bait fishing here, but I've got those and the Kitechs, and might be able to use them both, or one as a trailer or one by itself. I welcome any feedback. I know you guys probably use a lot of these products, so let me know what works best for you, and I'll try them here in West Virginia. Hopefully we can catch some more smallmouth, but I thought I would try to get into swim bait fishing a little bit more here and just see what happens. And again, I love the Elastec technology here by Z-Man. I'm going to be throwing a lot more Ned rigs, and hopefully guys will be catching some more smallmouth. Right here is one thing that I haven't thrown, but I think it's going to work incredibly well, given the fact I have tried and used the Z-Man craws, which is a little bit different profile. Those are only 2.5 inches. The Nico craws that I'm going to be trying here are 3.2 inches. This is the Magma craw. As you can see right here, you get 5 in a pack. That run me about 15 bucks. But the plastic and the durability on these Nico products are second to none. I've used a lot of the helgramites, but haven't used these. Again, I think the craws are going to work incredibly well. It is a Magma craw here, the Nico craw 3.2 inch, that I can't wait to either Ned rig or probably just Texas rig weedless and just absolutely slay the smallmouth on it. So it's something I look forward to. Thought I would try something I haven't tried before, guys, but we're going to try it here in probably the next few days here. We are in April, so the smallmouth should be on the move. I've got this Guggen Squad blooper. It looks like a topwater here plopper, but this is a bone color. I'm not sure exactly the length on this, 2 3/4 inches. Blooper by Guggen Squad. If you guys ever used this before, again, this is the bone color. I thought I would try it out and just see. I've got the Whopper plopper. Topwater is something I haven't done a whole lot of, but I just thought I would pick one up and see what happens. Let me know if you guys have used this blooper before and how it works for you. Right here is another one by Strike King called the Chick Magnet, and this one is the Sexy Shad 2.0. A friend of mine was telling me about, and I thought I would try it out. This runs about 4 to 6 feet deep, but it again is the Sexy Shad 2.0 Chick Magnet here by Strike King. Another one I look forward to throwing. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to throw some different things at him. Right here is a spinner bait by Strike King. It is a black and red color, but this is a 7/16 ounce. Just trying some different things here, guys. Black spinner bait. We're going to try that along with these top waters. I've got Like I said, we was talking about Ned rigs earlier. Right here is the bubblegum 2.75 inch. Man, I wore them out on this right here, the bubblegum color. Z-Man, just put that on a Ned rig and absolutely slayed them. We're going to try that same length here in the copper truce color. As you can see right here, same 2 3/4 inch copper truce, and that's what the color looks like. And I've got them right here in 4 inch, which is Z-Man's big TRD that I'll be throwing too. So look forward to catching some smallmouth on this as well. Just wanted to try a different color out. I haven't really tried this color out, but I think it's going to work well. This right here is a 4 inch worm. This right here is a 2 3/4. So it just gives them a little bit of variety. And this one here will probably bring a little bit bigger fish out. Another one that I have thrown here is the Christie Crawl by Yum. It's a 3.5 inch crawl. This is the green pumpkin purple flake. Caught a few fish on this, basically just Texas rigged it. The other day when I was out, I found it, but in a different color, which is the watermelon red flake, and I think this is going to work extremely well. Again, it is the Christie Crawl by Yum, 3.5 inch that I'm on a Texas rig and run that weedless. But I've often done good on the watermelon red flake, both in the helgramites and a lot of your craws, including the Z-Man crawl. So I thought, why not? I bet it would work in this Yum crawl. So we're going to give it a try along with the green pumpkin purple flake. And who knows, I may even throw some grubs, some curly tail grubs this year. Right here's a 2 inch white that I might be using. I have some other colors in the grubs, both the 2 and 3 inch curly tail grubs, and even have a swim bait here by Nico, which is the Winnow 95. I think this is called the Milky Way, but this is a 4 inch swim bait that I'll probably try to throw as well. You guys let me know what kind of jig head you think would work best on this. This is the Nico Winnows 95. Maybe even you guys have used this before. I have caught a few fish on this, but it's stuff I want to start throwing more of. And the Nico products, I love them. And just trying different things out. This Milky Way, I think, is a perfect color. Even got some leeches here by Nico that a friend gave me. This is the black color. Leeches is something I've never thrown, but this is by Nico. Man, I can't wait to throw this black color. I've got that. We've got the purple leech. This looks kind of like a watermelon red flake or maybe a green pumpkin. And this is another one. Man, I bet that really will work good for smallmouth, but leeches is something I haven't tried. Also, he gave me, I guess this will be the magma color, Nico helgramite. Here is some more colors. Here is a purple color, probably a watermelon red flake, and more of a natural color. But those are Nico helgramites, and something that a friend gave me. Can't wait to try these leeches out. Timmy, I appreciate it. I can't wait to try these out. It's April, early April, and the smallmouth should be on the move. Drop me a comment, guys. I always like hearing from you. I can't wait to get back in the water. As soon as the weather breaks here, the rivers are up right now. We've had a lot of rain move through the area, even some high winds here just recently. So I think it'll probably be 2 or 3 days before we can try to get back in the water. Might try to do some pond fishing or lake fishing. Just thought I would share with you some of the baits that I'm going to be using and some of the baits that you already know, especially if you watch my videos, what already works here in the rivers that I fish. Mainly, I do a lot of wade fishing. For those of you that haven't watched my channel or are not regular viewers, I do a lot of wade fishing. I don't have a boat. I don't have a kayak, just a pair of hip waders. Stay tuned for more early spring smallmouth action here in southern West Virginia. Or who knows? Maybe we'll try to go find some trout. But either way, I hope you guys join me on the next one. Thanks for watching.